All right, we'll be back from the break and let's continue driving your business here on Smart 24 TV. Now, just a quick one, as you can see, the Altex East Africa, a private exchange under Altex Group in conjunction with Altex Clearing have now made debt securities across East Africa much more affordable and accessible. Under their new initiative, Zabu, you can now buy and sell bonds in Uganda, Tanzania and Kenya using the USSD code of *292# on MTN. Now the markets are open at 8:15 a.m. every day and do close at 3:15 p.m. that is East African Standard Time. When you look at the situation here for trading securities and investing in stocks and all that, so Altex East Africa has got you covered with these MTN Zabu apparently. So you can now buy and sell bonds in Uganda. The markets open 8:15 a.m. every day and they do close at 3:15 p.m. that is in the afternoon East African Standard Time. So there you can have it, and you can start this by using the USSD code of *292# on MTN. That is for the MTN subscribers. So you should definitely be using MTN to go in for these particular bonds and stock in there. So when you look at that particular issue on regards to the other business ground, we'll be going on ground with Barija Andrew, and Barija will be taking us through what the public has to say in regards to how best can government plan for the city, how best can we see developments coming through with the infrastructure, which type of infrastructure can we use that will be very helpful and important to the Ugandan people. So, and then at the end of it all, you also get to realize that we are all users of this infrastructure and it's very vital for us to get more of it. Let's go on ground with Barija Andrew to see what is coming in from the people's views and opinions.
Thank you very much, Jerome Paul Sonko. And today we are right here in Nakulabye. We're going to be discussing the aspect of the increase in collapsing buildings. That's in Kampala, Uganda. Quite so many buildings are collapsing, and recently we had one that was on the 2nd of September, building in Kenya that collapsed. And of course, people lost lives, accompanied with property. But you know, quite such incidences happen in the country. It's not the first time. It's not the first year that we have such incidences. There are always those times when there are rampant buildings collapsing within town. And we've seen massive losses as majority of the people lose property. Yes, life is lost, but on the other side of the business aspect, massive property is lost. But also, when we talk about the property being lost, we also look at the aspect of the person that has invested money into putting up that building together. So today, we want to get the opinion of the common person regarding why do they think buildings collapse and what should government do to ensure that this is reduced. Recently, we had the National Construction Review Board checking over the Lotus Towers, trying to review their constructions. As when you see the pillars of that particular building, there are cracks already coming into there, which is quite a threat. And there was an evacuation of majority of the individuals that work on the 14th floor of that particular building. So today we want to get the opinion of the people regarding this aspect. Why do they think buildings collapse, and what should government do to ensure that this is controlled, to ensure that we have limited buildings collapse in the future, because this has long-standing economic implications on the country's economy. Kama wange je baliko
alesebo naye je baliko
alesebo amanya
Kabanda Patrick
kakati lero twogera ku mulamwa gw'ebizimbe okugwa mu town, ebizimbe ebigwa abantu bafa amune okusinga ddala obukulu nti abantu bafiirwa n'emmaali yaabwe. Kale okufanako kubi otunulira n'omusuubuzi naye abaddemu n'emmaali ye neefa. Golowooza ki ekiviirako ebizimbe bino kubanga bigwa?
Ebizimbe okubanga bigwa kyandiba mu ngeri bbiri, naye ng'esenga obukulu yandibanga gavumenti yebireetera okugwa. Olw'ensonga nti gavumenti egenda nekkiriza ebintu ebitali ku mutindo, nebikkiriza okujja ne biyingira ne bituuka ne mu maduuka, abantu ne baba nga babigula kati ng'obaddiwo yange ezo. Kuba kati omutayimbwa gw'ennaku zino gugonda okufa obufi. ekizimbe tekisobola kubeera ku standard nywevu. Kati otunulya ekyokulabirako ekyangu ogenda n'otunuulira ebbaati kati eryaffe lino eryeru likasangwawo eryedda olikwata bwoti obanga akutta olupapula naye ate liri eryemabegako tukuze bajjajjaffe baluga nti ebbaati eryo kati nze waka waliwo ennyumba bagiserukuya ne bagijjako ebbaati naye nalikwata bwe nti nga mpuyiya ddala nti nkutte ebbaati naye ng'ate kadde naye nga banga nti eyo ebbaati baliseesa ne taata wange tannazaalibwa naye nga ndikwatako mpulira nga kintu kyamaanyi naye ate ngeri ennaku zino odikwatako odikola weba nga lwanga akutte ekipapula kati awo nze ogw'omusango nguteeka ku gavumenti sijja guteeka ku bayinginiya kale yadde bayinginiya oluusi bayinza okuba nga oba babba ku seminti naye ate ne seminti kati w'ennaku zino naye takyali gundi ng'oli ogw'omusango nze nguteeka ku gavumenti yereetera abantu okufa n'okufiirwa emaali yaabwe.
Kati kiki olina okukola okulaba nga kino ekintu kikendera magezi ki gojuwa?
Genyinza okuwaawo gavumenti eteeke nnyo amaanyi ku bintu ebiyingira mu Uganda muno omwaffe tubeere nga tufuna ebintu ebiri ddala ku mutindo okitegeera. Gavumenti eyongeremu kukaawa amaanyi kuba ebintu bingi nnyo ebiyingira muno ebitali ku mutindo kuba oyinza okugenda okugula ne bakulaga nti gyonna mitayimbwa ate nga gyonna sayizi y'emu bagamba guno ojja kugula kangeze emitwalo 2 naye ate guno gwagwomu 8 n'obuuza ate enjawulo kyeriwo ng'ate gyonna onguza sayizi y'emu n'atunda takubuulira okitegeera okujjako ayinza okukubuulizaabuliza mu kampani naga eno kampani gundi n'eno kampani gundi kwega naffe abagula ne tufunamu okubuzibwabuzibwa oba okitegeera kati awo era kiraga nti guneno ogumu teguli ku mutindo guno oba gwe gulinga ogutuukiriramuko ku mutindo kati bwe kityo naye singa gavumenti ekkiriza ebintu ebiyingira mu Uganda ebiba nga biri ku mutindo nga gwe gwennyini sisuubira bizimbe kugwa kuba bayinginiya kyemmanyi bayinginiya balungi kuba teri yinginiya akola kintu ng'ayagala kuvumaganya linnya lye kuba bw'avumaganya linnya lye kitegeeza enkya tajja kukola. Ogwo omusango nze nguteeka ku gavumenti.
Okay, very interesting opinions right here, and why do buildings collapse in town? And he has mentioned something that it's not necessarily the engineers, but the blame is being shifted to the government simply because, I think, let me pass here. Yes, the blame is being put on the government to ensure that they don't limit on the importation of commodities that come into the country, and majority of these are quite not on standard. Sabo jebaleko.
Kale sebo nawe jebaleko.
Kale sebo amanyi.
Talemwa David.
Talemwa David. Ebizimbe bingi bigwa mu Kampala ensanje zino. Abasubuzi bafiire mu maali era bangi bavuddeyo okwemulugunya ku nsonga eno. Gwe olowooza lwaki ebizimbe mu Kampala bigwa?
Ebizimbe lwaki mu Kampala bigwa? Abamu material gwe bakozesa abatawera nga lesho gye bapima nga nfu. Mostly nga osanga siminti nga bakozesa siminti nga lubricate oluusi osanga ng'omusenyi batawula mungi nga amayanja mangi kati osanga ng'oluusi ekyo kiviirako ebizimbe okugwa kyekyo bosi wange.
Kati magezi kigobawa?
Magezi gembambawa nga nze amagezi gemambawa bwe baba bazimba baba balina okukozesa lesho nga okuzimba ekizimbe nga kigumu.
All right, now these are some of the opinions from some of the people Andrew has got to interact with in regards to what best should government do on the issue to do with infrastructure, collapsing buildings and all that. So you realize it's something that is supposed to be part of us because we all use this infrastructure, we use these roads, we use everything, and surely it is something that you should be very concerned about in that space. Okay, now that brings us to the end of Smart Means Business today, and for wherever you've been watching and catching us from, thank you very much. We shall surely be doing this tomorrow same time. Just a quick one, please do follow us on our social media platforms. Twitter is Smart24TV, Instagram Smart24_TV, and you can as well connect with us on LinkedIn. Then also get to our Facebook at Smart24TV official. Then the website is www.smart24.tv for more YouTube channel is Smart 24 TV. Please do remember to subscribe. We're on GoTV channel 394 and DSTV channel 372. After this, we'll be having Financial Markets with Anthony Sebale. But I'll leave you with the SMB No comments till tomorrow. Have a blessed day. Good morning.
That have been submitted today by the Committee on Foreign Affairs are a bit comprehensive, but they lack a lot of information, especially regarding the international relations we are having with our neighbors, especially Rwanda. On the Katuna border, when you go there, the Rwandese can come to Uganda freely, but the Ugandans are not freely allowed to go to Rwanda. And it's a concern to us, the people at the border. Remember, in my constituency in Ruchiga, there is also a border post in Kamwezi. So there is no freedom of movement of both the people and the goods. And the Foreign Affairs Committee should have gone deeper to understand that issue, to include it in their report, to understand how the current relations are moving, because there is a lot of mistrust as of now between the Rwandese and the Ugandans. It's not yet so clear. It may be clear at the top, you know, presidents, ministers with the Rwandese ministers and president, but the local person, the lowest person at the village level is not yet contented that the problem which was there, the problems which led to the closure of that border have been addressed. On the Congo side, I think there should be a deliberate effort by both governments to register, first of all, the traders, to give them protection, to give them security, to give them the confidence that their involvement with each other will lead into positive results of trade. So government should come out with a policy, the trade policy, between Uganda and DRC, because DRC, there's a lot of insecurity, especially in the eastern part of the country. So if that insecurity persists, it affects the relation, the trading, you know, because there is mistrust, there is fear by the Ugandans that I can take my goods and I'm not paid. I can sell this and I'm not paid. So we need to have, you know, a trade policy that will help us streamline the dealings between Congolese and Ugandans, and it will be very important.
Report of the Committee of Foreign Affairs about Rwanda Katuna border and the economy of Rwanda and Uganda was very shallow. And I don't know, I've left the house in protest because they have not picked me to talk about it. I don't know whether that report will be passed by the house. If it is passed, it will be very unfortunate. Why? The report had 3 terms of reference. It was supposed to find out about the tourism between Rwanda and Uganda. It was supposed to find out about cross-border trade, no, cross-border, how people move between borders. The third thing, it was supposed to find out about the economy of the 3 countries. When you follow the report, you don't find any conclusion or any recommendation talking about referring to terms of reference. They economically and intentionally removed the word goods. For them, they said terms of reference is movement is movement of people between borders. But as we know now, most of the Ugandan goods are not moving to Rwanda. The cross-border trade of Uganda and Rwanda has gone down. It is unfortunate that the committee can be funded and it goes to the Katuna border and brings such a report. It should be expunged actually. When you see the conclusions, even if you didn't talk about goods, if you see the conclusions, it doesn't conclude about the economy, it doesn't conclude about the movement of people, it doesn't conclude about tourism. They are talking about darkness at the border, darkness at the border. What else are they talking about? There's another thing they are talking about, that people have nowhere to stay. Imagine. But the fact is, the biggest issue that we have now between Rwanda and Uganda is trade. The trade is at its lowest. The relations are not very good, and goods from Uganda are not moving from Uganda.